And now we are live. Hi, everybody. It's so wonderful to be here with you all today again. I was on earlier this morning, and I'm so pleased to have with me today Lady Sol.
Yes,
Um,
hi.
and she's got a beautiful Hamza in back of her. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just
Yes,
lovely.
I actually really like the black and the gold. So,
It is. It's just lovely. It really it encircles you beautifully.
oh,
So
thank you.
you're welcome. So, Lady Sol is a person who comes on here and also has family members that also come on and are in the chat. She's a subscriber, and we reached out to each other, and she asked if she might be able to come on and do some readings, and so here we are. And I'm so
Yes,
glad you're
I'm
here.
very thankful for that.
That's good. That's good. So, yes, hello, Janet and Craig and Jill. Uh, and Jill, I got your question here. We'll get to it. And hi, Kate. So thanks for all being here. And I have put into the chat for everybody to see her Gmail account, which if you're interested in how she does today and you would like to have a reading done with her. Right now, she does not have a channel, but that may change in the future. But right
Yes,
now, this
hopefully.
is how you can get a hold of her and she can let you know everything. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. All right.
Yes, I'm very thankful to be here.
Oh, thank you. So let's talk about your gifts. I want to know all about them.
Oh my
Um,
goodness, where do I start? So I have always been gifted my whole life. I constantly talk to myself. I spoke to myself on every single day. My dreams are extremely vivid, and sometimes when I would like take a nap, I hear them so clearly that I think someone's talking to me.
wow.
So anytime
Okay.
that I woke up or I would ask my mom, like, were you talking to me? Like, did you ask me something? She would be like, no, like, no. And so that's been my entire life. And I have had, some family members and friends are like, who are you talking to? I'm like, oh, I'm just talking to myself, I guess, right?
Right.
My first encounter was when I was 7 years old.
Okay. Wow.
Um,
Early.
my mom's brother, my uncle, passed away when he was 17.
Mhm.
And I was 7. A couple days later or a week later, is on my bed sitting down like normal, and he's all in white, and I'm scolding him. I'm like, why are you here? You need to go back to grandma's, because at the time my grandmother lived next door to us.
Oh, okay. So he thought
So
he was in the wrong house.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you
Yeah.
here? Like, you need to go home, grandma's crying, grandma's missing you.
Right.
And he's just like, it's okay, I'm gonna be here. I'm like, no, I don't want you here. You need to go home. So he's a 7-year-old scolding an uncle who clearly saw him at
Right.
the
Yeah.
funeral.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, why are you here? Like, honestly, like, you need to go home. And then, growing up in a very strict household, conservative household,
Right.
I had no choice but to suppress my gifts.
Sure. I've
But
heard that a
throughout,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
throughout my life, I kept hearing voices. I'm just like, okay, I'm like going insane. But a couple years ago, that's when I fully woke up.
Okay.
Waking up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, stressed out,
Oh, spirit
full time
time. Yeah.
job,
Uh-huh.
and I went to go to a crystal store and got me my first amethyst stone.
Ooh,
Yeah,
beautiful energy. Yeah. Yeah.
love it. And it was
Uh-huh.
supposed to help with anxiety, which I had severe anxiety. It turns out that also helps with third eye that I didn't know at
Yes,
the time.
that's true.
I was
Yes.
just like, oh my goodness. And so when I woke up, uh, I was able to see full body apparitions. It scared me half to death. I would
Oh, I
cry.
bet.
I'm
Yep.
like frozen in fear. I'm hearing things, I'm dreaming things, not knowing what is real and what is real and what is a dream.
Right. Right.
To a point where I called them night terrors, where you feel like
Okay.
something is on you. I
Right.
really felt something on me,
Okay.
mimicking certain things. So I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh
You
my
don't want
God,
those people around. No
no,
way.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
know what was going on. And, I spoke to my mom about it. And that's when she's like, okay, we got to do something.
Hmm.
So I know that it came way, way too much at one point in my life. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to shut it off.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want none of this right now. I can't handle it right
A
now.
lot of people do that. They do. They're afraid. There's a lot of
Yeah,
fear.
because we're taught, especially, you know, going to a church, we're taught that this is bad.
Right.
And at this point where I'm so freaked out, it's like, this is bad. Like, why am I seeing this? Like, why am I being
Yeah.
punished? But when I decided, it's like, you know what? I know I'm this gifted.
Uh-huh.
I need to stop.
Right. Good
I
for
need to
you.
stop. So I grabbed
Good.
all of my crystals all around my room. I put them in a little baseball hat. And
Uh-huh.
it was a New York Mets ice cream cup hat.
Okay.
Put it in there. I put it in a sock drawer and I closed it and I was like done.
Okay.
And I was able to sleep. So when I decided to, okay, it's time to fully wake up, do it right, I actually took mediumship classes with Debbie Freebird, who was really good, kind of like
Yes,
walked me
definitely.
through it. She said, okay, she explained, okay, how to protect yourself. This is the prayer that she uses. You know, you can use that or you kind of make it more mold it into your own.
Uh-huh.
So, and focusing and protecting and kind of like being stern with it.
Right.
So now, because I see everything, I'm like, I don't know you. I didn't call you. You need to go.
There you go. You took
Yeah.
the
So now
power.
it's so
Yeah.
with the clairs. I don't remember the names, but what I can do is I can see, I know, I hear, I feel,
Wow.
I
You got
touch,
a
and
lot
I
of them going.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm able
Okay.
to see auras.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So it's like
Yeah.
all 6 senses plus auras. I can not only am I able to do it on this physical plane, but I'm actually able to do it in the spiritual plane.
Wow. And
Yeah.
this gift that you've had, I know you went to Debbie's class,
Yes.
but the rest of it really is sprung from within you. This
Oh
is what
yeah,
you
I know
did.
that when me and my mom, we actually did a few exercises. She's like, okay, well, let's see what you can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The way it just came naturally to me.
Good.
It just came naturally, and I didn't have to prepare myself in a way, because I know certain people have to prepare themselves to get like step by step
Sometimes.
to get
Yep.
to where they go. I am nowhere near that.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
great. But you do prepare yourself by
Meditating and asking for
meditating or whatever.
protection.
Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely,
Okay.
from my guides and my guardian angels.
Uh-huh. Awesome.
Right now, they're just telling me to take a deep breath.
Calm down. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're right there with you.
Well,
Craig
yeah.
said he did that when he was a young kid. He was also grew up Catholic or in a very strict background. He's also Native American though.
Oh, that is awesome.
But yeah, and I think that happened. That's some of us. We think, can we shut this off? Like somebody like Susan Lynn. She told them they could come anytime, any place. And so they're telling her what to eat and what not to eat and all that. Now, I don't want to be told that, but
you know what? And what's funny that you say that, because I actually had a reading with a woman, and I think that's when the taste clair happened.
Okay.
When me and my mom were at the store, and we were like, we just left. I'm like, Mom, I'm craving ambrosia, like super out of the like.
Yeah.
Why.
It's not like a hot dog or something. Yeah.
No. And I'm like, Mom, does the place, like, it's a little local grocery store, they have like a food court type thing. I was like, do they have ambrosia here? My mom's like, I don't think so. I'm like, can we look? Like, I just had this overpowering sensation. Like, I had to have ambrosia. I had to have cream and fruit. I never eat that.
Never eat that.
I eat it like once in a blue moon, but even then I don't.
Right. It's not something you usually crave. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the moment I'm like, Mom, I think I just opened up my Claire. She's like, are you serious? So it was just like out of the blue. So with the whole taste, that's how it happened. So when I had that reading with the woman, I asked her, I'm like, okay, this has been bugging me since this morning. What does ambrosia mean to you? She just like kind of looked at me like, what? I said, ambrosia, does that mean anything to you? She said, yeah, that's my mom. That was her dish whenever we had a family get together.
Of course it was.
I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, well, you need to make it soon.
Really? That is just fabulous. Oh my goodness. I love that. So I've had smell. I haven't had taste, but I have had smell. But it's not the best smell. I mean, it's like I smell liquor or cigarettes or,
Colognes,
things like that. Yeah.
perfumes,
Yeah.
foods.
Yeah.
I have that as well. I always, whenever I do a reading, I'm just like, okay, why am I smelling smoked meat? Like it could be barbecue, or it can be
Right.
a sweet bakery smell, or I can smell colognes, perfumes, or things like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anytime I kind of bring that up, they kind of look at me like, what the heck? Like, wow.
Well, I love it that you have your mother who believes in you and supports you in what you're
Oh my
doing.
goodness.
If you didn't have her, you probably feel like you were
I would
going
go
against
insane.
things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have gone insane. And
Yeah.
a lot of it, when waking up, one doesn't realize that there are certain things that you have to deal with. Like you really be like, you can't help others until you help yourself. And
Absolutely.
me
Yeah.
meditating and, kid you not, crying and learning how to let go certain things that you didn't know that, oh, like any little thing can trigger you.
Sure.
I didn't
Sure.
know that part. So really actually recognizing what has hurt me and what really
Mhm.
let go really helped me grow and mature at my own level.
That's wonderful. So,
Yeah.
do you ever have a situation where you're in a store and you feel like somebody's trying to, a guide or something is trying to get a message to
You know
somebody?
what? It actually happened. So for
Okay.
me, so one thing about me is consent. If you
Yes,
are not,
absolutely.
if you do not want a reading from me, it's okay. All at
Right.
your own time.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was actually at a farmer's market with a couple of my girlfriends, and we were just wandering around the booths. We're all part of the same community.
Right.
And I went up to this woman who was selling cinnamon rolls.
Oh,
Yeah, cinnamon
yeah.
rolls. She's
Uh-huh.
pretty known up here. She's where I live.
Okay.
And
Uh,
I was like, okay. She's like giving out free samples. And my friend Maya, she's actually a Reiki healer. So she helps. So she was there with me. And then, like, kid you not, when I had like a bite of the cinnamon roll, like I felt like a push of like
yeah.
energy. And I kind of like, and my friend was like, are you okay? I'm like, dude, someone's here for her. And she's like, well, let her know. I'm like, but what if she isn't open? That's the
Yeah,
thing that,
that's the hard part. Yeah.
because I want to be respectful and, it's
Sure.
just okay. So I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I usually don't do this, but, I do. Someone is here for you. And I
Mhm.
was kind of like giving out general names. Like, I'm like, she's like a motherly figure, Nana. And the woman looked at me. She's like, yeah. Like she didn't know what to do with it.
Uh-huh.
Well, she's very happy that you're sharing her recipe. It was the grandmother's recipe that she was using.
Okay. And
And I
she's
said,
doing it and bringing her in every time, I
yes.
bet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said, every time that you sell a half dozen or a dozen, whatever you sell, you make people happy with the cinnamon rolls.
Oh, yeah.
So she
Yeah.
bakes them like that day. And then I think she had them like in a heater, like in a
Uh-huh.
little oven to keep them like nice and moist. And she just like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And I said, she's very happy and she's very proud of you. And that's when she's just like, oh my goodness, thank you. So I've had
Uh-huh.
random, but
That's
again, it's like,
wonderful.
I'm afraid that people aren't always going to be open to me.
Well, and that's the case. What's really funny that I found out is that if you have known people in the past and you didn't have your gift in the past, I mean, you suppressed it or whatever, they didn't know
Yeah.
you had it, and then you have it, those people are less inclined to believe you than other people are because they knew you before and they're like, yeah, right. I find that happens too,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know that when I came out to certain family members, they were just like in
Yeah.
shock. They said,
Uh,
yeah, so this is me now,
right.
you know,
Right.
and,
Uh-huh.
um, and not that they didn't believe me, but,
Right.
they just had to come to terms with it. But once I kind of like dove
Showed them
in,
something. Yeah.
showed them
Yeah.
my oracle cards, or kind of like gave them a reading, they were just like, wow, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we believe you now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Absolutely. So I've got a lot of people here wanting messages, and we'll get to them. I do want to bring something else up, and I'm not going to mention anything about the person, the place, whatever.
Okay.
But Lady Soul has worked for people in metaphysical community, let's put it that way, with the public and such, and has found something that really can happen a lot in metaphysics. It can happen is that there are some people who believe they have all the answers and they are the one that can make or break anybody. And I just want to say that people like that usually don't succeed very long because they're too centered in their ego. They're too centered in thinking that they are the only ones with the answers. And so I just want to say that we don't expect that from the metaphysical community, but we do see it. So, I just want to say I'm happy that you're here and that you didn't back away from a bad experience, and not do what you were meant to do. So that's wonderful. Yeah, that's really wonderful. All right. Oh, dear. Yeah, Chris, his Christian friend in the Air Force thought it was of the devil. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what Lady Saul said as well. That there's something about it that oh no, this isn't good, and also they don't believe
in some situations there are always pros and cons. There are people in this community that tend to take advantage and kind of gives the good ones a bad name.
It does. You're absolutely right. It does. And we have to stick together, those of us who want to empower each other and help each other grow. So that's fabulous. All right, so I'm going to start off with kind of a curious one here. Jill says last night on her bed, she dozed off, but became aware of a dark presence. She moved away and heard herself say no, and then she went back to sleep. It didn't set well with her. She wonders what that might be. If you have any thoughts about it.
So the first thing I actually got was prayer of protection. We need to, so I unfortunately, this has happened to me quite a bit when I spoke about the night terrors. I actually had a dark entity in my home. And it was mimicking certain actions that, horrible things.
Right.
The one thing that we need to remember, and it's very easy to forget because even I forget, we need to pray for protection, to ask, God and his angels, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel. We need to ask them for protection. And when I say this to a lot of my clients, imagine yourself at the top of your crown. You're going to envision a white light protecting you. And the prayer that I do, and it works for me. I mean, it can work for you or it can work for anyone else, kind of mold it to you. I always ask, I ask that my spirit guides, my guardian angels, God and, Archangel Michael, please protect me. Archangel Raphael, please help me feel safe. I'm feeling scared. And you will feel a certain presence. See, I'm already getting tingles. So
okay.
I'm already getting tingles, some tingling feeling. We need to remember that we have a lot of good energy on our side.
Yeah.
And to ask for protection from our guardians, our guides, our angels. And imagine a white light, a white shield around us.
Yeah.
And say, you are not welcome here. You need to go. Archangel Michael, please come and please help me. Please banish what is here and release what does not belong to me.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. What stands out to me too is that she heard herself say no. So her higher self, or that self in dream state, so to speak, knew that this was not a good entity. And hopefully they did. And that's all you have. I would say it's like when you call them in, I need you, come here, come in. I'm calling you in, or I'm asking you to go. And that's
at this point, it's not even asking, because
you're telling.
When they invade your space, it's now a bully. Like you have to believe in the words that you say, believe in the words that you say, and say you need to go.
Right.
You do not belong here. I did not call you. You are not.
Don't come back.
Exactly. With the head bobbing. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and we like to think that there are only really good energies out there, but sometimes the dark one can tag on, but we can rid ourselves of those people. So Jill, do that, put some white light around you. And actually, I really love the fact that you did say no and put your boundary up. It's hard for us to do that in regular life.
It's very brave
It is brave.
because sometimes we're too afraid to speak. And the fact that you said no in your dream and in the physical world, that's very brave of you. So good job on that.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, some of the comments, Seascape, in my prayers at night, I ask for protection and clearing for me and my family and Jesus and Michael to help with any lower vibrational energies. Absolutely. You always do well if you're bringing in the archangels,
Yes, they're very
guides.
powerful.
Absolutely. Hi, Nancy Smith. It's good to see you. Hi, Melinda, Lorraine. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I'm really pleased you're here and meeting with Lady Soul. And so next one we have is G. Covington. Wonders if she could get a reading from her higher self, if there's anything her higher self might have to say.
I'm getting, not that there's self-doubt, but that this one's a tricky one, because I'm getting work, but then I'm getting personal self. So I feel like people understand and people know that you are a good person, that you know what you're doing, but it is okay to say no and to stick to a healthy boundary.
Yep.
Not only at work, but with your own life outside of work, kind of saying, you know what, I don't have time for that right now. Stop. It's okay to say no, really.
Absolutely.
And to protect yourself and to be brave enough to keep those boundaries.
Oh, I just pulled a couple of cards, and I feel I absolutely agree with you. You need to communicate. You need to communicate your boundaries. Absolutely. And it says here, it comes up with youth, but it's breaking free and finding your own self and being receptive and independent. You do not have to put up with anybody else's BS.
It's very funny how you pull that card, because I actually pulled a mirror card.
Oh, look at that. Yes. Wow.
It's mirror, and it says, the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you.
Absolutely. Wow. I also like using the idea of a mirror, like a mirrors around you facing that person.
Yes.
That other person.
The mirror trick.
Yeah, very, very powerful. It's like let them see their own.
Yeah, like any type of negative, because I know, again, we're human, and it's about reconditioning your mind and learning how to block that negativity that can affect you. Because again, anyone and everyone do have certain self-conscious issues, like, oh, well, this person says that, oh, I'm not that smart. It's okay. Kind of like put that mirror up, imagine that mirror, and just say they're just speaking to themselves. Like those harsh words are not going to affect you.
And so with the
card, it's like, and it's funny how you see how she's glowing. I'm trying to like put it right there. How she's glowing. It's kind of like you're seeing the beauty in you.
Yep.
It's you that you need to speak to yourself in a loving way, and not allowing people to kind of like interject with you,
Yes. Wow. I think that was a pretty powerful message for you. Thank you for the question. That was wonderful. Thank you, G. Covington. All right. This is good. We're on a roll here. Let's see. All right. So, Craig, I got you twice. Let's go with this one, the more recent one. He's working hard to get his gifts going. Here's the problem. When we work hard, we kind of block that because we're not allowing it to flow. We aren't supposed to work so hard. We're just supposed to let it happen. But let me have Lady Soul look at this question and see what she thinks.
Oh, okay. Well, one card popped out. So, and it's really funny. So how you just said it, it's very, so I had some girlfriends over, And they were like, okay, well, I want to give you a reading, because I had been working so much, not only at my full-time job, but at, giving readings and kind of like going with the flow
Sure.
type of thing. So
Yeah.
at one time, my gatekeeper, my beautiful grandmother, she just said, no, stop. We're not working tonight. You need to enjoy life. You need to enjoy you, enjoy your friends, enjoy the company.
Right.
So I was very scared, because I'm like, I can't see you anymore. Why can't I see you?
Oh, sure. Fear comes in.
I'm
Yeah.
like, no, don't tell me I lost my gifts. No, it was just my grandma saying, no, it's okay. You don't have to work so much. She's like, you already work to support yourself.
Right. You
You
got to
don't
give yourself a break. You need a
Yes.
break. Yeah.
And it's funny, because when we were talking about that, this beautiful one, it's called Trust.
Oh, yes. How perfect is that?
That one flipped. That one actually came out, and it says, the
Uh-huh.
universe has a plan for you.
Right.
Just because you want it now, that doesn't mean it's going to come right now.
Yes.
Because again, that's the beauty of what the gift that God gave us.
Right.
We all have free will, but
We do.
again, time isn't always our friend.
Yes, and I know what Craig's feeling in some ways, because he's older and he feels like, I want this to happen now, because look how, I'm at not the end of his life, but I don't want to be morbid, but
No,
he's older, and he wants to know. And I went through the same darn thing. I did. I went through it, and I'm saying, what, I'm wasting time here. What's going on? I need this now. But I had to let that completely go. And that's the only way it worked. Yeah.
And that's how the trust card works.
How the trust works.
Kind of like,
yes.
Just because you want it now, that doesn't mean it's going to happen now. Like,
That's
you
right.
put it out into the universe, whether you manifested it or prayed for it. When the universe, when God and the angels and your guides say, okay, now you're ready. Okay.
Mhm.
And when you finally give in, because I know it's very hard as humans.
It is hard. Yeah.
We tend to forget, no, I can control everything. And then reality, our guide's kind of like, no, you don't.
Well, the interesting thing is that he told me on the earlier show that he had on his security camera angel wings that he saw, and then he saw one of his guides in a colored photo, not black and white, but color. So my feeling is maybe seeing things is more than hearing things, and seeing things is going to start you on your way, Craig. You've got spirit mentors and teachers all around you, and they're talented guides, and they're trying to bring in what they know you can find at first. And they said, we eternally love you. Honestly, we do. But take the time and realize that it's not your time schedule, it's theirs.
Yes, unfortunately, that's what my grandmother and my spirit guide team and my angels, my guardians, how I like to call them, they're just like, just take it easy.
I know.
They always tell me that, and they're like, it's common sense. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want common sense. I want it now.
I know. I understand. Yeah. We just can't do that. We can't. I mean, it'd be nice to manifest it as fast as we want, but it doesn't always happen. So we have Dana here wondering if we can offer a message from Spirit. Yeah. Yes, Craig, I think it's wonderful that your picture showed up in color. My goodness.
So, and it's very funny because I'm actually picking from a different deck this time. And the first thing that came out was Fire Guardian, ignite your passions.
Ooh. Yeah. All right. That's awesome.
So I don't know if there's a certain project or projects that you have been thinking about, but because as humans, we tend to forget, like, okay, we have things to do, we're on turbo, but then we forget about self-care, what makes us happy.
Right.
To whether it's going to the spa, for getting mani-pedis, getting massages, going out, going to go see a movie. But at the same time, it's kind of like we forget certain projects that we started.
Yeah.
Yep. So this one kind of tells me, like, don't forget about you.
Right.
Remember what you like to do, or remember the certain projects that you started with. And try and finish them.
Try and finish them. Well, I got here kerosene, and kerosene is an acceleration. it's a, you know, it's something that's unpredictable and combustible. Yep.
Ignite your passions.
Ignite. There you go. And it says here that you do have the network you need, the constellation of folks, the organization, and a large amount of quantity of people that gather together. So I believe you're expanding your gifts and so on by, you know, going around to the different channels and learning a lot of different things and seeing what resonates with you and what doesn't. So yes.
And what's funny how you said that, because I got Air Guardian. Shift your perception.
That's beautiful. I love that.
So you got two guardians, one fire and one air.
Wow.
Ignite your passion and shift your perception.
Yep.
That's very fun. That's
it is good. It's great. Yeah. I love that when that happens. That's fabulous. Thank you. All right. So we have Denise LaForgia wondering if we have a message from her guides today.
Oh, and that's funny because 2 cards came out.
Oh.
Well, actually, oh, wow. You got quite a few.
You got jumpers, huh?
Yeah, you do actually. So the first ones that I saw was Dream and Journey.
Ooh.
We got that one. We have Shaman, Trust in the Higher Forces.
Okay.
We have the Lady card, Enjoy Growth and Rehab Rewards. Sure you can see that real quick right there.
Beautiful.
Oracle, Wait for Important Information. And the High Priest, Intend and Create. Intend and create. So you got quite a few messages.
You do. Yeah.
To dream, to trust, to grow, and to you have a lot going on is what I'm getting.
I get the same thing. I really do. I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I get a beehive. Everything is buzzing around you. Yeah. Everything's buzzing and you're doing a lot of hard work and you're very persistent with it. There's a lot of energetic motion going on, but you also have some worry. You've got worry beads. You know, you have a little bit of anxiety. Yeah.
Yep. That's where the shaman comes in.
Okay.
We need to trust in a higher force.
Right.
To know that the universe, God and his angels really do want the best for you. It's
absolutely. Yeah, I can see that.
It just says wait for important information.
Yep. And I got fangs as the last card. And it says here that this may be very emotionally draining. So once again, we get back to the idea that you need to take time out for yourself. You need to allow yourself some downtime because
dream. To dream and journey. We need to take it one day at a time and kind of like take it as it comes.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
And then
I love it when there's a bounce like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And once you're able to enjoy what you've made, enjoy growth and reap rewards.
Absolutely.
At the end, this is you. You see how the apples right here, they've already grown, and now, okay, great. I have apples. I get to eat them. You're enjoying the rewards because you were so patient.
Fruits of your labor. Yeah.
The fruits of your labor, because apples, fruits, things tend to take time and grow.
Yes, that's true.
Once it's like fruitful and beautiful and you're gaining so much, it's like, okay, now I can relax and really enjoy.
Yes.
It's like basically you're waiting for vacation. So I don't know why vacation came up, but we need to take
that time of the year. But if you can't go anywhere, at least take a vacation from hard work and let you endure work. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one for all of us, actually, isn't it? All right. So here's Seascape. And okay. Let's see some other ones.
So we're going to try a different one. And I'm being actually drawn to Moon at the moment.
I love that. That's why it's so nice to have several decks around you.
Yeah.
You feel that pull. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the one card I did get that actually popped out is we have a full moon in Cancer, which says a personal issue reaches resolution. So I feel like there are certain struggles in your life, in your mental, like you're kind of torn in between. from what you're used to doing and from what you're trying to stray away from. I feel it's like a personal battle.
Okay. Wow.
It's what I'm hearing from my guides, are they're telling me that you need to like listen. Take a
Mhm.
moment and listen.
Wow.
And it's very funny because I'm being drawn to this video. I sent my mom, and my mom was laughing. When we first speak to our guides, it's like, oh, who is that?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh, okay, so I'm not crazy. So
Right.
it's basically learning how to listen and
Mhm.
not be afraid of it.
Right. To navigate through that new way of doing things.
And I
Wow.
have a new moon in Aquarius, which is bring love into the situation.
Okay. Okay.
Can you see it?
Wow.
There you go.
So I got some interesting cards. The first one I got was some kind of heartbreak. And you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you lost somebody or whatever, but it could be just maybe feeling like um, things aren't going the way you wanted them to, or there's some kind of a separation in energy. And again, you're right. I picked up fine print. Look at the details. Look closer. Listen. Pay attention. Don't assume things. Double check things and read between the lines. So that would be definitely paying attention to something. And I got the most beautiful card at the end, which is animal totems. Call on the animal energies and powers to surround you and bring you what you need, which is wonderful. If you have an animal that you resonate with, look up the qualities of the animal. You can just put it into Google, animal spirit energy, elephant, or whatever it is that you feel.
I got
Uh,
like a feline.
a feline. Okay,
I
good.
know, like on her picture, she has a dog.
He does. Yep.
But oh, here we go. Okay. So kind of to support you, I got
Mhm.
sun. Find a balance.
Find the balance. Yeah.
You see how the sun is like bright and everything
Uh-huh.
around it is shining.
Yep.
At the end, finding balance brings peace. And I know that there's a personal, when I had the full moon in Cancer, it said a personal issue reaches resolution, meaning
Okay.
at the end, once it's figured out, when you bring love, like how it says that to bring love in a situation, a
Uh-huh.
personal issue, finding balance. This is kind of like step one,
Uh-huh.
step two, and then the
Okay.
final step is three, which is the sun. At the end,
Awesome.
everything does shine.
Everything shines.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. Yep. Just take time to listen. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Good luck, Seascape. All right, we've got Third Eye, Aspie Third Eye, wondering if her guides have any advice regarding her light path or its direction. And you can see she's got a UFO on there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right. So I've got, I just want everybody to know that I've accepted questions down to Chris Martin's, which is at 12:35. And Terry, I got yours, and Thayer, I got yours. So I've got enough for right now. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so the first card that popped out for you, I got the Freya card, which is you are worthy, you are loved.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Very, very
Yes.
powerful right there. And again, as humans, we only sometimes focus on the bad. We focus on our insecurities. We focus
Yep.
on certain things that doesn't benefit us to our higher self.
Uh-huh.
Just because it doesn't work out the first time, that doesn't necessarily mean it won't work out the second time.
Okay.
It's basically perfecting your craft, taking time, doing the practice.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that when I started this, it all came easy to me, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how to control it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know how to protect myself. So yeah, it was easy for me, but I had to make sure that I was protecting myself
Sure.
and
And that's important.
guarding my home and my space. So
That's right.
again, taking steps at a time
Mhm.
to perfect it, and then everything will start going through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. All right. So I pulled the Sapphire card. It's mental force, spiritual insights, wise judgment, valued, holy, and divine favor. So that's a beautiful card. I mean, what a beautiful stone that is. And it's saying that all will come through with practical intuition. Whatever it is you're feeling, whatever it is that you are accessing, you know it and it knows you. You two are working in tandem. So just so you know
So I
that.
do have one more card for this person.
Okay.
I
All
have
right.
transformation. It says shed,
Ooh,
let go to make room for greatness. You see how her wings are glowing or gold?
yes. Yes. That's beautiful. Wow.
It's like you're letting go what doesn't serve you. You
Right.
are making room for greatness, and you are remembering again what you are worth. What when I tell you when it says you are worthy, you are loved. Once you recognize that, and once you actually accept and let go what doesn't,
Yeah.
you are going to be flying very, very high that no
That's
one can catch you.
wow. Maybe you'll be up there with them.
Oh my goodness, I sure hope so.
I just want to show you this because Seascape, who we just read for before
Uh-huh.
Aspie, says that guide speak for her is real, but she has the trust issue. So um, that is really good. Thank you for that validation. So yes, just put
Yes,
those
you're
words in mind.
welcome.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. All right, all right, Aspie. I hope that answered your question. I have Flora, who's wondering if we see a companion coming in for her.
Okay, that's a new one. Let's I heard a yes,
Okay.
but that's funny. Okay. Um, okay. So the first thing is, from what I heard yes, but there's always that but it's not a bad but. Um, it's not a bad but. I promise. I promise. Um, we need to make sure that we know what we want, to make sure that this new energy will be compatible to ours. Like kind of like you'll know because their energy is very and I don't want to say that word. Is very compatible to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this person, and again it's like I feel like there's a certain sixth sense. And when I call it the sixth sense, I feel like that's a guide. When that guide says that is the one, like this is your person, you're going to know automatically. And then what's funny is because I got the Celine card, it says bring light into someone else's dark sky.
Mm. Boy, that's beautiful. So it does look like somebody's light will be coming with her in with her to brighten up their sky. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a symphony. I got a symphony, harmony and synergy and co-creation. I think that yes, it will come. I get for whether it's yes or no, it says you know,
Mm.
and so it's working on it. But you got to synergize. You got to work together in this symphony. So absolutely, harmony coming. But yes, you'll have to do the work you need to do in order to work together.
And then, so one more card. I got the
Oh,
Kali card.
okay.
It says step into the unknown, do not be afraid. Meaning something is going to be very different than what you're not used to.
Okay.
Like don't be afraid. Like I guess that there are certain things that you're used to,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes different is better.
Yeah. Yep. It
And
is. Yep.
It's so much more exciting, and it's like, okay, you guys, both of you will be keeping you on your toes at the same time. Like, okay, what spontaneous thing? And I keep going back to spontaneous, like water signs.
Mm-hmm.
It could
Mm-hmm.
be a water sign because I know that cancers are very spontaneous, very
Right.
emotional, very spontaneous.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like that's what I feel that you need in a sense to make your life more like, oh, okay, let's go, let's keep going, you know?
Yep. It's funny you mentioned that because I know that people they think they have a type of person they want to have as a companion. And sometimes somebody who's totally different than that comes in and they're like, no, this isn't anybody I'd want. And sometimes those are the best matches. They really, really are.
I
Yeah.
think so too, honestly.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's
Uh-huh.
like, wow, you came out of nowhere.
Nowhere, I know. It
And that's
must be,
why I
must
feel
be.
like the energy is gonna
Yeah.
come through. Like, where
Yeah.
have you been? Like,
Right.
explanation, please.
Right. Or you saved the best for last, one or the other.
Exactly.
So Nancy Smith, thank you for your question. She has heard herself for what she thought was herself, but now has recognized that it's her guides. She wonders what to do to fully tune in. If you have any
Oh
suggestions.
man.
Yeah.
Lots of so when I was able to hear them clearly, and it's funny too because I actually went to Sedona not too long ago, and I
Oh.
went to I can't. It's a peace park. It has like a Buddhist.
Uh-huh.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I think so because I
Okay.
am a Buddhist and I've been there. Yes.
The
Uh-huh.
Hamatama Park. I can't
Yep.
pronounce it, but it's such a beautiful place.
Uh-huh.
Grounding yourself, and this is something that even I struggle with. Like I said, just because I am this gifted, that doesn't mean there's no room for learning.
Right.
Because
Yep.
what my grandmother, my powerful gatekeeper, my beautiful grandma, she always tells me, be humble,
Yes.
be very humble, because there is someone bigger and better than you.
Of course.
Like, just because you can do all of this, just because you can hear me, just because you can see me, that doesn't mean that there's not someone else that
That's
can do
right.
the same thing so much more better.
Right.
So
Right.
the what has helped me was ground yourself. I know that selenite, I keep selenite on my person, the crystal selenite
Uh-huh.
for
Yes.
purification. I have
Yep.
selenite all over my home. I have
Wow.
black tourmaline all over my home, all over my gate. When grounding yourself, there are many techniques. You can be barefoot. I do see dirt, earthy around you. I'm not sure if it's in your home or like around your home, but to go barefoot, I'm hearing go barefoot and go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside
Mm-hmm.
and dig your toes into earth.
Yep. Yep.
And be thankful
Mm-hmm.
for what you have, or who you have in your life.
Yep.
And when you say, okay, talk to me, close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and just kind of like, and then you're going to start hearing them. And
Mm-hmm.
just so you know, you are not crazy. I got that my entire life. So at this point, I'm like embraced with my crazy self. No, because
Yep.
my dad, poor thing, he like, who are you talking to? I'm like, nobody. I'm just talking to myself. Just ignore me.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that could be that you can get subconscious about that.
Yep.
But if you like, again, if it comes naturally to you, and if you hear your guides or your angels,
Mm-hmm.
when you ask them something so simple, oh, will this happen for me? And if you automatically get a yes or a no, it's going to happen.
Yep.
Because you're actually opening yourself,
Correct.
and you're allowing them to talk to you, and you're actually accepting what they're saying.
There you go.
And again, this is a step-by-step process. You
Uh-huh.
have to learn how to walk before you run, because if you run, you're going to fall.
Uh-huh. Excellent. She says you just validated what she thought she was supposed to do.
Yay.
Fabulous. That is always wonderful to hear. Wow. Wonderful. And I got go with the flow. So yes, and it's certainly an outside card, but you're in the boats going down the river and just enjoying the scenery as
And it's
well.
funny how you put that thing, because you're enjoying the view as you go down this path. So
Yep.
basically everything around you is going to be beautiful all around. You just really, again, with the butterfly card that I had, the trust, you have to trust your people. And again, I know, because I'm so used to having everything in control.
Uh-huh.
Once you give into the universe, and once you give into, again, because I'm so used to saying, oh, once you give into God, it's kind of like whoever you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Once you fully give into it, it's a beautiful thing, and things are going to start slowly coming one by one, coming into order.
Mm-hmm. And we all have the ability. We just have to relax into it. We have to wait for it to show itself.
And
Absolutely.
a lot of crying.
A lot of crying.
um,
Absolutely.
if
Yeah.
you need to cry, there is no shame in crying. I know sometimes coming from a Hispanic background, why I'm Hispanic Mexican, we're told to kind of just like suck it up. Crying's not going to do anything. No, if you need to cry, you need to let it out.
Right.
Like dig your toes into the earth, meditate, and just let it go. Let go what doesn't serve you. And it was funny because when I was in Sedona, that's the only thing I kept hearing. Let it go. Let go what doesn't, like, why are you holding on to this?
Right.
It's not making you happy. It's not helping you. Let it go.
Right. Yep. Wow. That's awesome. I just put Lady Soul's email back in the chat at the bottom of the chat. She does not have a YouTube channel right now, but see, I knew this was going to come.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it, but right now, if you do have Instagram, my Instagram is LadySoul_30. That's where I'm actually more active. Okay. You can always reach me there or on my email, but I don't have a YouTube channel yet. That's still a work in progress.
That's a yet, though. Yes, absolutely. I can see you having one. And Nancy says, thank you. I was supposed to be here today. So, yes, there are no accidents.
Anytime.
Yeah. Yes. Excellent. All right. Here's one of my Thursday night mediums, Thayer, asking why all of a sudden she sings snakes. Woo-wee. Woo-wee.
Well, I'm kind of getting both. Because I know that we're used to the phrase, oh, she's a snake, he's a snake, kind of like slithering in the background. But sometimes, and I don't know why, because usually I don't get this. But sometimes a snake could slither, but it could be a blessing in disguise. It might look horrible.
Okay.
Something bad might happen, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beautiful purpose behind it. I know that sounds very...
No, it makes sense.
Contradicting, but
it's a warning. It's a warning.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny how when the moment that the question popped up, I got the sign.
Ah, it's a sign.
Yes. It's a sign.
Absolutely.
It says, if you are looking for a sign, here it is.
Here it is. Yeah.
So if you're seeing snakes, something's going to happen. Be very careful on who you speak to. That's what I'm getting, whether it's from work or even and unfortunately, it does happen in families. Not everyone wants you to be your best.
Right. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I mean, it's happened to me my entire life. Like I think, oh, I just want to have friends. Just because you want friends, that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be your friend and they want you to succeed.
Right. Right. The other thing that I got intuitively as well is, that they call the Kundalini the snake that's coiled at the base of the chakras. And so it could be that you're bringing up some more of that there because your gifts have opened up quite a bit. And there's probably more that will be coming along. But that's what I got when I saw that question as well. So, all right. The next one we have is from Terry Ortega. She wonders if she can hear from her grandmother.
Grandmother. Okay. To pay attention. Pay attention what's going on around you. To be patient is what I'm getting. Be patient. Something beautiful will happen very soon.
Wonderful.
Oh, a couple things came out too, actually.
Craig wants to know what that deck was that you used with that last deck you used. What's the name of that?
All right. Yeah. This one's called Moon Witch.
Moon Witch. Okay.
Moon Witch.
All right.
I actually got it on Etsy.
Okay. I put it in the chat.
Oh,
Thank you.
I know they're beautiful cards too.
They
I
really are.
really
Yeah.
love them. So I
Yeah.
got the for Terry. I actually got the movement, which is
Mm-hmm.
inspiration is drawn to motion.
Ooh, absolutely.
You see,
I
and it's
love
funny
that.
because you see all these plants, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming that she has the white butterfly and the plant,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
something's gonna happen. Again,
Yep.
we know time works very funny and it works very, very different.
It does. Yep. That's for sure.
And it's funny because I have all these cards for Terry. I
They all
got
come jumping out at you, huh?
yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny how it does that.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
magic wand. It says
Okay.
focus your energy on one thing.
Okay.
You see how it's like glowing?
Mm-hmm.
It's glowing with
Yeah.
stars and flowers, again with the flowers.
Yeah.
I feel, you're probably very connected to Mother Earth, which is very great.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of things going on in life. And I know that when you start, it's not like you're procrastinating, it's because so many things are coming at you all at once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we got the trust card again.
Ah, getting that a lot today. And I think a lot of us need that message, actually.
Yes,
Not to, yeah.
grandmother says you
Yeah.
need to trust me when I tell you to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's very hard as humans to listen
I know.
until it says, see, what did I tell you? I already told you stop. And look what happened.
It happens to me with my husband all the time.
Oh my
And he'll say, how did you know that? And I'll say, come on, you've been with me a long time,
It's like, I already know you like the back of my hand. And the one last card I got, well, I have two other cards, but I know we do have to continue. I did get the number 13. 13 is a very, very good card.
Ooh.
And it's funny how you said, it says divine feminine, step into your power.
There
And
you
you
go.
see how she has all of that?
She does.
All of that. Look, it even has the butterfly.
It does.
Right here on the side of her hair.
And all the plants. Yes.
Yes. So
That's
basically,
awesome.
once again, prioritizing things in a day, you can't get everything done in a day. You can't.
That's right.
There's not enough time. Whether it's a work week, if you are now at home, there's really not a lot of things you can do in a day. So kind of like prioritizing and organizing certain thoughts, certain projects, things are going to get done. But you need to remember to
trust in the magic wand.
To focus your energy on one thing, to trust, and to understand that things are going to start happening for you.
Right. Wow. That's very good. And Terry, what I got for you was a mirror. Be self-aware, see things clearly, and self-love and self-appreciation are so important. And the other thing that stuck out to me was, don't make comparisons. We all have different paths. We all have different ways we find the path. And
definitely.
So, don't let anything that you feel, oh, this person's better at this or that person's, don't make comparisons. Yeah.
No, yeah, and definitely. And this is what I tell a lot of people, especially my clients, that comparing yourself to other people, one, will bring down your vibration. Because, and I say this, I can never be at your level because I don't have enough experience. But at the same time, you can't be at my level because you, like you said, you didn't have the smell one, right? You didn't have the color of the smell. I have it.
Yeah.
So it's like we're at totally different levels and in our life. And just because you aren't at my level, that doesn't make you less of a woman.
I'm better than you. Right. Yeah. That's
it's like you had struggles, I have struggles, but we can only try and understand, but we won't fully know what that is. Again, you can't compare people's traumas. You can't compare people's feelings. You can only understand them. And comparing, so say you can't compare lives.
Yep.
I'm still trying to start out. You have your life already. So comparing your life to other people's it's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyway, we're all here on our own unique path. And so we have to just always remember that. That's right. That's perfect. Well, thank you, Terry Ortega. All right, Chris Martin. if time does anyone have a message for Chris? So yes, we have
Well,
just a
everyone
little bit
always
of
has
time.
a message.
Yeah. Okay.
So this one, I'm actually going to use my owls because
Okay.
that's the owl. Because it's funny because that's my ancestor deck.
Okay.
Very
Beautiful.
wise. I got very
Yes.
like wise, very not I keep getting like you're in the air too much, like you're overseeing things way too much.
Ah.
And I don't want to say just owls, it's more like an aerial view,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is very, very weird.
Wow.
That's super funny. I got Skyfather.
With the
I
bird.
have an eagle.
Oh my God.
Eagle,
Yeah.
eagle, honey. It says
Uh-huh.
trust in the unknown.
Wow. Yeah.
Trust in the unknown.
Absolutely. Wow.
Let's see what else we can find. To trust in the unknown.
Let's see what I got.
You need to take a moment. You need to take a moment and step back and really be in the present.
Mm-hmm.
You're so used to it's not necessarily behind the scenes. You're more up, like, you know how you see everything from a higher perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You need to like come back and kind of see what's in front of you, kind of see what's right here in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we do. We tend to look back or we tend to look way forward and we're missing the present, you know. So, you know, that's very true.
What's funny,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, so what I got was like reminiscing a lot.
Yeah.
Like reminiscing on the bad. Like it already happened.
Yeah.
Why are you torturing yourself?
Right.
It's a lesson learned.
Mm-hmm.
Move forward.
On. Yep. Wow. And I got completion and reward because you have achieved what you've achieved, and you've come to the finish line as far as one lesson, and you're ready to start the next one. But you know, I got the corset. It says, you know, the corset holds us all together. And you know, I don't think anybody really wears one anymore. Maybe a girdle, some of the older people, but it's holding it together, supporting and shape shifting into what it is that you want to do for the next part of your journey. So
well, it's very funny how you say that because I actually got two cards again.
Okay.
I got Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in challenging times.
There you go. Wow.
And again, remember how I said I got owl?
Mm-hmm.
Got shaman again.
Oh, look at it. The owl's right at the top. Wow. Look at that.
Wow. You see how it goes? Super wise. You're like, you're in the present. You're like, and again, it's not that you have an intimidating presence. It's like people are drawn to you and they're like, whoa, like, wow. They're like really happy to be like around you in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Well, I hope you resonate with that one, Chris. Thank you for your question. All right. Kyrob 792, I'm going to take your question. This will be the last question, though, for the day, please, because we're at an hour. We usually only go an hour, so we'll answer your question.
I went by really quick.
Yes, I know. See? You did so well. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah. Everybody's loving it. Yeah, you'll definitely have to come back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Oh, okay. So 3 came out. Wow. Okay. Ooh, okay. So I got first quarter moon from my moon deck. Your commitment is being tested.
Ooh, okay.
And I feel like purple is all about intuition.
Mm-hmm. So
I feel like you kind of know what's going on, but not that you're in denial. You're just kind of procrastinating it. Like, oh, I don't know. We'll just put it off for a bit because not that you know the outcome, but you're afraid of it.
And you've been there before. Yeah.
You go through it all the time. It's nothing new.
Yep.
And again,
and you get through it. Yep.
And you get through it because one, don't be afraid to ask for help.
That's right.
Ask your angels, ask your guardians, ask your guides for help, and also ask people who you trust. I feel like there's only there's a small circle of your people that you actually trust, whether it be one or two. Those one or two people who know you will help out. And then we got this card back again. A personal issue reaches resolution.
Oh, good. Okay.
But
which comes probably from you. Yeah, which comes from your own personal introspection.
We have these two cards, and at the end we have a pink. So I feel like it's a mixture of purple and blue.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
It is a win-win outcome is forecast.
Awesome.
Full moon in Libra, meaning whatever you have decided, whatever you are working hard for, something good's going to happen at the end. And you just really need to trust yourself and really say, you know what, I got this. Like once you have full confidence in yourself and really put your mind into it and really believe. Again, this is what I say. Believe in what you say. When you're standing up to a bully or you're standing up for yourself and being okay with it. Once you're okay with it and once you know what, I got this. Once you have full confidence in yourself, at the end, it's a win-win. Wow. And you see how it's balanced? At the end, it's all balanced. It balances out everything.
Wow. That's fabulous. So I got a very interesting card. We're talking about the moon. We're talking about the water energy and also emotions. And so I got the scuba diver card, which is going within, observing, exploring, self-reflecting, and that kind of thing. You're being called to do that and to break away from the cage that you're in, which is possibly just your life that you have in the physical. And isn't it funny? Look at this push-pull energy. It's exactly what you said. We feel like we're being pulled in one direction. We feel like we're being then pulled in another direction. It will take care of itself. Just allow it to work through you. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I got from my Moon Witch deck, I got True North, which again, remember how I said in the previous reading, how snakes tend to be a warning, a blessing in disguise. In this case, I have True North. It says stay true to yourself.
There you go. Yep.
No matter what, like just because
don't let anybody intimidate you. Yeah.
Just because you're not their cup of tea, that doesn't mean you're not good tea in general, in my opinion. And then I also got the Moonflower. It says bloom even if no one is watching. You see how the water rippling around it is like gold, and then the moon itself is shining bright.
Yeah.
Because maybe, and how I feel like it's not that I don't think you're being overlooked. It's kind of just like it's not your time to shine yet, but don't stop.
Right. Keep digging down.
Keep digging. It's just don't stop. It's something positive will happen, because not only am I telling you, but right here.
Cards are telling you. Yeah. And as most readers say, the cards don't lie because we just pull them randomly. So, wow. What a wonderful group of readings and a wonderful community chat here today. Thank you for all coming out to support Lady Soul. And I put her email in there. Yeah, I'll put the email also on the thing, or her Instagram as well, and check her out. And I think we'll probably have to come back and do this again. So we will. That's a promise. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.